Now, in a case control study, you compare cases and controls. And you actually look back in time. So again, let me illustrate what that means. Imagine you're interested in the relationship between meat consumption and colon cancer. There is some ideas that, and there's actually evidence that eating lots of meat increases the risk of colon cancer. And the way to address that would be to take a group of subjects with colon cancer and ask them about their past dietary habits. What did they eat in the past? How often did you eat meat? How much meat did you eat? And you compare that with another group of subjects, the control group, that does not have colon cancer. And perhaps you find that the colon cancer patients used to eat more meat. And with that, you would conclude that eating meat would promote colon cancer. Now, there are certain advantages of this type of analysis. The main one is that you can study rare diseases. So this type of approach is particularly used to study the link between diet and cancer. But the approach also has certain limitations. And one is what we call a bias. And one example is selection bias. It's very important that you choose the proper control group. Because if you recruit the colon cancer patients from a hospital in a wealthy part of town and the control patients are coming from another hospital in a poor part of town, you can expect that the patients and the controls have different dietary habits, but it doesn't have anything to do with meat or colon cancer. So that's an important limitation. Another one is what we call confounding. We know that people that eat meat would also be heavier. And being heavy, being obese, is a known risk factor for colon cancer. So perhaps we find the relationship between eating meat and colon cancer because the people that eat meat are heavier. So it's not actually meat that is bad, but the fact that the meat eaters are heavier that explains the relationship. So this is what we call confounding, and we can deal with that mostly in the analysis by incorporating BMI as what we call confounder, but it's never perfect. So there's always a little bit of confounding that remains in this type of study.